Well, welcome back to another Media Firestorm case study. And do you recognize this gentleman? We have Georges Cordoba here for a status update. He's already done. He was one of our early case study interviews because of all the success he was having. But Georges has been with Media Firestorm for a full year and he has conducted over 100 podcast interviews. So we are celebrating 100 podcast interviews. Georges, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Excited to do what I do, and more so with all the techniques I learned with you guys, and obviously all the confidence and branding from all this podcast, which I continue to do. I every Monday I read your I take your email and I book at least one. I'm getting busier, so maybe once or twice a month, but that's have been it has been my best way of branding myself. People see me, they can kind of like relate to me, and got very good at call to actions, and yeah, for example, my YouTube channel was 300 and I don't know, maybe 310, and in this year it's almost 1200. And yeah, and from there it's also I've been having some discovery calls, and just getting busy,
Getting
doing YouTube videos and things like that. But the main thing has been the podcast as a guest, and also speaking, which you gave me the lead to get going, and now, man, I love it. I love to share on stage. Yeah.
you belong on stage for sure, Georges. So not only 100 podcast interviews, how many speaking events do you think you've done in the last six months? Because I know even this weekend you've been invited, and you're
Yes.
having to turn them down now because you're so busy.
This one I had to, sadly, but because it's a wonderful people, and it's called the Heart Center Summit. So imagine, I've done since we spoke, and you helped me get in on the train. I think it's there's, six summits online, and then I spoke in Las Vegas with on another Heart Center Summit live, and things are really moving with that, and I can see myself. Hopefully, I see myself, being out there on stages, bigger stages, and just sharing hope for people, and with what I do. And I know I was born for that, so that's my goal.
I love it. You definitely were born for that. And I love that you are out there. So now you're speaking at least once a month somewhere. You're getting booked on podcasts at least one a week still. George, you said it's been a life changer, and I've seen that. But what you speak about is also life changing. You want to share just a little bit about what you speak about when you're a podcast guest?
Yes, yes. And I should tell you that I also started doing some master classes. One is entitled Kick Cancer Out. And the other one, I have one this Friday, is my first one on prevention. It's called Shut the Door to Disease. I may even share the link with your audience. But yeah, I survived. I was, in my previous life, I was a CTO, Chief Technology Officer, and everything was going great. Five young kids, blessed with five young kids, four pregnancies, but we have a pair of twin boys. They're all adults now. I'm a grandpa now. But at one point, it was in 2002. I was diagnosed with a very aggressive form of cancer, and I battled it for 10 years. I had 10 surgeries, including four craniotomies, because all of a sudden I had metastases of 8 brain tumors, and two of them were not operable. And by year 8, I was broke, frustrated, and just tired of this cycle of surgery, treatment, remission, celebration of the remission, recurrence. And at that point, I decided to stop all traditional, conventional chemo and immunotherapies and radiotherapy. And I took the holistic health route, the journey, a holistic health journey to heal. And this past July 12th was my 13th year free of cancer. So this is it was my celebration month. So every day, every morning I wake up, I thank, the source, I thank God for being here. And I must say that if it wasn't for that 10-year battle and surviving it, I see that as a blessing, because I believe God gave me the chance to sing the song I was born to sing, which is helping people, giving people hope. And I had no idea that it had to be this type of stuff that I do now as a holistic health coach. I became a nutritionist, a hypnotherapist. I'm a best-selling author. My first two books made bestseller. Actually, it's the same book, but I wrote it in my first language, which is Spanish and English. I launched it in English first, and it became bestseller. It was not even noon, and it was best-selling. I received an email from Amazon. And the Spanish one, I launched it 3 months later on St. George's Day, and it became bestseller in Spanish as well, but close to midnight. I thought it was not gonna make it, and it did.
You
So
squeezed in
yeah.
there, right? Because of what you're doing. Well, Georges, you are out inspiring and spreading hope every single week. And we're just honored that you chose Media Firestorm as the platform to help you get your message out, getting you booked on podcasts every week. Not only has it helped you to grow your list, your followers, your YouTube channel, what about clients? Has it increased? Have you been able to generate any new clients from the process?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And also, it kind of pushed me to do group coaching. But yeah, just from Media Firestorm, and I like to share that in a little while, but it was close to $37,000 just on 3K clients. And but more importantly, there was the fact that I started to do what I love. Thanks to you, actually, when I asked you how could I get into the train of speaking. And that is really, to me, is the biggest thing. And also I had 500, it was pretty much 500 warm list for me, and it grew to almost 2,000 in 10 months. It's going to be a year now, September 1st, with you guys, and it was just a blessing. I always said it, and then the way you teach everything, the lead magnet, everything. It's if I've actually sent people that want to be podcasters into to talk to you guys, and a couple coaches about just joining the program. We'll see if they go in, but yeah, for you guys, you're giving me that medal, but you deserve two of them. You and Jamie really changed my life and now my family.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, Georges. Well, you have been a blessing to us, and it's been just life-changing being able to share your story. You inspire others. You're giving everybody, even internally inside of the community,
Mhm.
hope. And you've been an inspiration. You've been an inspiration to us all. Want to make sure that our audience listening has a chance to follow up with you and connect with you. What's the best way to do that?
Yeah, right now I'm actually creating a new website. So the best way to contact me at this point for the next few weeks is just my email address, which is georges@isyourhealth.com.
Is
Georges@isyourhealth.com.
Georges at
And
isyourhealth.com. Got it.
yeah, and then obviously, if you look for Georges Cordoba in actually any social media platform, particularly YouTube or LinkedIn, I'm there, pretty active, doing posts and yeah, basically promoting my master classes and things like that, which I have one this Friday. It's called "Shut the Door to Disease." That's what I do, by the way. I help people who are dealing with chronic diseases, particularly cancer. I help them transform their health and radiance back to, yeah, so they can live their best life and with purpose. But I started based on the gloomy stats of, U.S. Health, our health in the nation is crazy. It's really bad. 66% of U.S. adults right now have 1 to 3 chronic diseases. That's more than half of the country. And 146 million U.S. adults are obese. Imagine if they continue the trend according to the National Cancer Institute and a report that just came out of Harvard School of Health, by 2030, 50% of U.S. adults will be obese. This is not good. We are for first world countries, we are the one in the bottom in terms of health. We are not really a healthy country. And so that is what prompted me to maybe shift a little bit and just help in terms of prevention. Not, if you go to a room and ask 100 people how many have cancer, maybe 3 or 4 will raise their hand, but how many wants to prevent disease? Probably the
Everybody.
entire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody in the room. We've all been impacted by it. So what a blessing. All right, so Georges, it's Georges at isyourhealth.com. Follow up with
Yes.
him. We are celebrating 100 podcast interviews in less than a year through the Media Firestorm process. I'm going to mail this to you, Georges. I want you to take a picture. So I've got a picture of you wearing your
Oh,
medal.
yes.
I'm so excited. Thank you. We'll have an update, right? We'll keep you posted on the journey of Georges, right? We should have like a where in the world is Georges because he's speaking everywhere. If you have a stage and you're looking for a speaker in the area of holistic health, nutrition, prevention, make sure you reach out to Georges. And of course, if you have a podcast, he's available for interviews. I'm Angel Tuccy. This is another Media Firestorm case study, sharing with you what our clients are saying about getting booked on podcasts and leveraging that as their number one traffic source for lead gen. Reach out to us at needaguest.com, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.